Hi everyone! Welcome back to Window Chats with Robyn, the Instagram live podcast where I sit by my window and chat with very interesting people. Today's guest is Rachel Salsberg. Very excited to chat with her. And oh my gosh, will it work? Let's find out. Here we go, inviting Rachel in. Da-da. Maybe. Oh my god, that was the fastest it's ever worked. Look at
Really?
that.
Oh, that's great because I've
That was
never
so
been done this
exciting.
before.
You
So
did great, yeah. That's it, we're done. I say this every time.
okay,
Okay.
painless.
Oh my gosh, I've had a day, Rachel. I barely made it on the live. The hair wasn't working. I feel like this is such a repeat outfit right now. The sun hates me. So we're in a good mental headspace right now. This is when you want to talk to me, right? When
Oh yeah, it's a great place to start.
How are you doing though? You look great.
Good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, I'm just like, okay, what does Robyn even want to talk to me about?
This happens all the time. Okay, Rachel, I had such a thought because I like to think, I'm like, wait, how did I even meet Rachel again? And I think you're one of my pandemic friends because I don't think I met you in person before. Okay. Wait, have I not met you in
Yes,
person? I met
on
you in
movie
person.
night
I've seen you. Yeah, okay.
on
But like,
on
you know,
the
like
set
in unofficial,
of the film.
I told you I'm out of it, man. I'm out. But like, you know what I mean? I meant like
Yeah.
in person to meet. I can't speak English. This is good. I like to lower the bar so you know how low the bar is for these casual chats
Great.
of I don't remember. But I remember chatting with you. I do remember things. I do. I remember chatting with you, and we had a chat, whatever. And next thing you know, you have a production company. You're shooting a film that you wrote. You filmed at least two things already. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I know we chatted. I need advice from you now. Like, I need help and guidance because you are killing it, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm just like, oh God, I remember when we were talking, and now she's doing so great. So I'm impressed with you because you're one of those people that are like, I don't know, whatever. And then, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's make something. Let's see what happens. And you wrote it, you filmed it, you were in it. Oh my God. You have this amazing team. I love your team. I love the name Bagel Babes Productions. Please don't change it. Is it productions plural or is it singular?
It's plural.
Good, because there's multiple productions.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't think too much into that part, but to come up with Bagel Babes took a while. It wasn't even what Hannah and I had chosen originally anyways. I think it was just, I don't know, I feel like Alexandra kind of.
Oh, Alexandra Augustine?
Yeah, I feel like she
Shout
kind
out.
of casually like threw it out there and it was like, oh, yeah, that's the name.
Okay, I don't know what was the deal with the bagels. All I know is I was part of a group chat and everyone was talking about bagels. I'm like, I missed something here, but this is funny.
I don't know. I mean, I have always loved it. Like longtime lover of bagels over here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Everyone says that bagels are a Jewish food. I disagree. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you're bagels," and then they call them bagels, and then I have a whole issue with it. I know
Okay,
it's a
yeah,
bagel.
the funny thing is, like, Hannah, I love you if you're watching this, which I don't know if she'll watch this, but like,
She has
she
to.
says bagel weird, and she knows it too. She knows she says it weird. So it's funny that that's our name, you know?
It is funny because it's that whole thing of what is the right way to say it. And I actually think, you know how all us Canadian actors have to learn General American? I
Oh, yeah.
think we should all have a consistent way to say bagel. And it should be bagel, not bagel.
It should be bagel.
Bagel. What is that crap? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, although it is a bag and not a bag. So I get that. Then it's like a bag. Oh, ooh.
You want to start talking English like grammar?
This is what I know. I know. This is, you never know what you're going to get on these chats. This is fun for me. Okay.
I actually love those videos on Instagram, like see them all the time, where it's just people basically tearing apart the English language or like French or, you know, just like anything where they like all the words that are spelled differently end up sounding the exact same and they just like, you know, have you ever seen those?
I love languages. So I'm like listening and I go, I have to see these videos because
Oh,
I got my Duolingo stats.
okay.
I decided to learn six languages. It's this terrible idea. I don't like to do one thing well. I like to do multiple things good. That is my life. So So I would recommend choosing one language and committing to it. But I love how so many languages are similar, or if they're not, you go, ooh, this word means this in this language, but it's so opposite in the other one. And then when you learn languages, you go, oh, I understand why people don't understand this in our language. It's very cool.
Yeah, well, English also just like doesn't make sense.
Of
Like
course not.
all those videos that I see, I'll send you some
Yes,
if I
please do.
it's even like French I've seen too. It's just like so many words spelled differently, pronounced the same, and then it's just like the same person that's like acting as like, but doesn't this mean this? And then they're like the person explaining it, and it's I don't know. I've seen a bunch of those.
I have to watch this now. Oh, I'm gonna get this is okay. There are friends that send me reels and I refuse to get sucked in because then an hour of my life is gone. You know what I mean? Like I'm down this rabbit hole of I've watched every reel and clip. No, thank you. Not for me. But then I also realize, what do I expect if, yeah. No, you can set, I'll watch one or two. But if I get 100, I will only watch 99. That's it. That's my limit, 99.
Got it.
Regretting coming on the chat, it happens a lot.
No.
I love the background color that you have. I've seen it before, but it's like, it's not a blue, it's not a green, is it? Or maybe it is a green and I'm colorblind. It's like a teal from my angle.
It's blue.
It looks like a, but not the blue that all the actors have.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? That
yeah.
royal blue. This is like a blue I could still wear blue tops in front of blue.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Maybe. Oh yeah, literally I'm wearing navy right now.
Right? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my whole wardrobe is blue and then I had a blue screen and I go, well, I'm a floating head. This is upsetting. So
yeah, it's problematic. My wardrobe is also mostly blue.
It's a nice color.
Yeah, it seems to work. I just feel like my skin tone like changes the color of the backdrop, or the backdrop changes the color of my skin tone, because like I think maybe on my laptop it happens more than like my phone, because I seem to look like normal here, but I'll be like, you know, setting on my camera for class and stuff, and you know, the like webcam on my, sorry, not camera, the laptop. What am I
yeah, laptop. No, I heard laptop.
The laptop like registers me as one way, and then like Scott will walk in front of the camera and his skin tone is like a little bit darker than me, and it just like becomes so much nicer and more normal, whereas like I end up looking more like yellow. It's very weird. Right now it looks okay, but
no, I 100% agree with that. It's very frustrating because I have my setup and then the laptop and I go, oh wow, I'm albino. That's fun. You know, like I'm adjusting for the callback, Zoom, audition, whatever, and where's my face? And then I have to adjust the lighting and I go, oh, it's horrible.
yeah.
Because I mean, look, I'm in a confined space here, so the lights are going to be way more aggressive than if you're in a bigger studio recording something. I get that, filming something, whatnot. But it's really fun to see the different lighting and how it affects it. Like this is stuff we wouldn't have known before the pandemic, you know? You go in, you audition, peace out. But yeah, now you do it on your own. And the classes even too, and you go, oh, I swear I'm here. Hello. Terrible lighting.
Yeah.
Are you still doing online classes?
I've taken a break.
That's fair.
Like not for wanting, I mean, I did want to take a break, but I didn't want to take this extended period of a break. It's just money.
It adds up. I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think of what I paid for my undergrad and my master's and I compare it to my acting and I'm like, I think I paid more for acting at this point, which is a horrendous thought of, oh my God.
Not
wow.
This is the career path, like, because you are investing in you, which is how I like to rationalize spending the amounts of money.
How much, here's the thing, how much would you like, what is the limit? Because I don't think I could ever stop taking classes, but my budget would say otherwise, you know?
I know.
And everyone's budget's going to be different. I get that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot for a numerical value. That's not, you know, what is your budget, Rachel? That's a weird conversation and we don't have to do that. But okay, it was more of a curiosity, like, do you wait till you book something and then you take yeah, okay. Because I just rationalize I'm not booking because I'm not taking a class. So take a class. But
no, it's not that. And like, I've heard probably Steven, I've definitely heard Lewis talk about this, and
Lewis Bomander, LB Acting Studios,
yeah,
of course.
just basically you don't, or maybe it was a conversation between Stephen and Daniel Carp. I'm not super sure. The point is,
Classic Stephen.
the point
Stephen
is,
and Daniel, both Window Chats guests, and Lewis. Thank you for the callbacks, Rachel. As you were. The point is, okay. You intentionally did it. Just go with it. You're awesome. Okay.
Oh yes. So
you're an avid Window Chats watcher.
All of them, past, present, future.
Yeah, of course. So that's all I did last night.
Yeah. So you're not taking class so that you can book roles. You're taking class so that when the roles come your way, you're ready.
Exactly. Always be ready, for sure.
Yeah. So it's not like, I'm taking it with the intention of like, oh, I'm going to take this one class and then I'm going to start booking like crazy. That'd be awesome. But like, that's not why. It's just because I love class and I love training, and
I love the people.
LB, shout out to LB.
Yeah, shout out to LB Acting, of course. Studios, plural. There's not just one. Although there is one in Toronto, but there's multiple studios. Oh, I love names. I love marketing, clearly. I'm like, ooh, Bagel Bay Productions. Okay. But I love the people that I've met at LB. And I think a lot of people there are doing really cool stuff, creating their own work. And I think that's where you meet people that have the same, the style of you, or like, even if they have a contrasting style, then it's also good to meet people with a different view, right? So it's just really cool to watch people work and then work with them on things. And I recently watched Daniel's film. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the LB people. I'm so proud of him. Shout out to Daniel Carp. And I still have to see your 48-hour film one. Zeke, send it to me, sir. That is. When can we see date? You can send it to me? Okay, I'm excited. When can we see date? Movie night.
Movie night, yeah.
I always think it's a date night because my date nights now are sitting on the couch watching a movie. That is our date night. So.
No, I get that. Like, yeah,
that's exciting. It's relatable. Yeah, of course.
It's definitely relatable, but I don't know yet. Right now it's being submitted to festivals, so I'm trying to keep it away from public eyes because there's a lot of rules out there, like for festivals, that I didn't know of before. Like, you can't put it up on the internet, it can't be publicly viewed, or depending on where you're submitting it, like which festival you're submitting it to, you can't have it excuse me, like premiered in a certain country or whatever. So like basically for this upcoming year, which is going to be the festival run of it, because it's going to get into every single festival as they do. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like show it to people before that, or if I'll have maybe like a private premiere just to like keep it hush hush, and it's not like public viewing, but it's just like for, those people who are like, can I see it? And I'm like, no, nobody can see it yet. Yeah.
Is it done?
It's done. Oh, it's done.
Oh, yeah. That's exciting. I'm so proud. I loved working on that so much, and I appreciate everyone being so kind, because I never knew how hard a slate was until that day. I've talked about this multiple times, and this was the set. It is so weird, and I feel like when I read your bio too, you've worked behind the scenes a bit, and I don't know if you feel this way, but working behind the scenes was so much harder than working as an actor. It is exhausting. You're moving all the time, and it was so weird for me because, again, nothing against you and Taylor performing. You guys are great. Love your acting. But I wasn't paying attention to it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was looking for other things, making sure, like, certain, like making sure no tags were seen, or making sure that, like, I was just trying to look, is the lighting weird? Is there someone in the background? What's going on? And, like, to a point where I just kind of knew you guys were going to be fine. Like, that's the director's job, right? To keep the actors on track. And I never understood it till that was such an incredible experience for me, just to put things into perspective of how everyone on set has a job and that's all they're focused on. It was so weird.
Well, I'm so glad that was your takeaway from that. Like,
yeah.
Well,
you guys
so
are great.
Cool.
I mean, there's so many takeaways, but that was one of those, what an interesting, unexpected takeaway. That's what it was.
Yeah. Working behind the scenes is so fun too. Like,
I love the crew.
Really hard. I don't know if I want to say it's like harder because it's so different, but
it is different. You're right. Yeah, it's hard
so
to compare,
fun
for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe it's knowing that I don't have to care about how I look as well. I didn't realize how much I cared. Like I show up when I'm like, no hair, no, I did have hair. I meant no makeup. I shaved my head.
You shaved for the shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember.
Screw it. But it was so great too because everyone was so lovely. You know, there wasn't an ego. Everyone was just there to collaborate and work together. And even if this wasn't your job and you had a thought, like everyone was open to hearing it. And I go, oh my gosh,
yeah,
so much love on this set. That was lovely.
It was a collaborative set. But it was really important. I feel like I need water.
I know. As you're doing that, I'm like, is it dry? Are you passing over the dryness to my end? I felt it.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I have water with me anyways. But yeah, it was really important to me and to Hannah to like curate a group of people that were gonna mesh well on set and be collaborative and be open and supportive and fun, and just to like, you know, I guess like pass a vibe check kind of thing. Like we wanted to know who everybody was, so that, and like we met with everybody before. Like virtually.
I do not interview well. I was just like in awe of how professional it was, and I'm like, oh my god, Rachel, you're doing something. Okay, Robyn, be professional. But I was just like, I'm like, we spoke, and now she's doing shit, and I'm so proud. And I never met Hannah before, but she also seemed lovely, and she is.
She is.
How did you guys meet? Were you in a class together? What was okay, you met in class?
Yeah, we did.
Cool.
I'm sure we've, like, she and I have figured this out, but I can't really remember. Maybe 2018, I want to say. Like,
okay, I mean, you can say dates and I can't negate them. So
yeah.
No, it was 2017, Rachel.
Well, maybe it was it might have been 2017. I think that was the first year that I trained at LB. We took a class with Michelle together.
Michelle, yeah, lovely.
Yeah, and that was where we met, and we knew that we had a mutual friend as well, and so we kind of, I don't know, she was in a program that my friend was doing too, some like film boot camp thing, and it was cool. We had that connection and we liked each other. I remember like sitting beside her in class, and then like years went by, like knew her, but we weren't like, you know, hanging out or anything. We weren't like friends, but like we were friendly, and then I came to the point where I was like, okay, I 100% need a producer to help me on my film. I've never done it before, so I need to like learn from someone and have someone actually help me like step by step. Because I had people who were like, yeah, you can ask me any question you want. And I'm like, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. But I also know that I need somebody with me, like with me every step of the way, not just to be like, hey, can I ask you this question? Hey, can I ask you this question? Anyways, a partner. I wanted a partner. And so yeah. I sent a message in the LB group, and Hannah was one of the people that responded. And like, she was just like, hey, if you want to chat about it, like we can chat. And so we had a video call, and it was like very obvious that we were going to work together from the start. I just like, we already knew each other. There was someone else that I spoke to as well, and he was great. But like Hannah and I already had that history, and she was literally in a program for like film and TV writing and producing. I think that's what she did. So anyways, she was like experienced, and well, she had that experience anyways, but yeah, I feel like I keep starting and stopping as I'm like trailing off, trying to remember what happened.
It's hard. No, this is literally what happens when I'm like, how do I know this person? And like, what is the initial, and what was our journey? And I feel like the timelines get lost, but no, it was just a general curiosity. I think I wanted to kind of just encourage people, like based off of your journey, to like how to connect with people, how to write something, and then how to put it out there, right? Because Hannah's producing, you decided you and Hannah would collaborate.
Yeah.
And then from there, did you already write your movie night?
It was done. Yeah.
Okay.
I had written it earlier in the year. Like I don't remember exactly when I started, but I went through about like 11 drafts maybe.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay. I feel that.
Yeah.
I have to draft more of mine. I just think so. Yeah.
Like a 5-page script.
It's so easy to do.
But yeah, so many drafts because I had people's input. Like, you know, I would send it to a couple select friends and be like, hey, what are your thoughts? Because I knew they would give me good feedback. Like honest.
You know what? I hate feedback where it's like everything's great. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not great. I need feedback, you know? Again, I love the people that are super supportive. I do appreciate that, but I'm like, no, I need to fix it. Let's go. So
Yeah, like it's supportive in a different way where they're
yeah.
gonna help you grow instead of just being like, woo, which is also really nice to have.
Yeah, I love the woo girl cheerleader vibes. Those are great. Yeah. But I
Yeah,
also like getting better. Yeah.
I agree. Which is why we train, right?
It's keep the muscles working.
Yeah.
So 11 drafts. That's impressive.
I think so. Yeah. And it's funny because I originally wrote it just with the intention of getting new footage for my demo reel. Like I
Yeah.
did not expect it to turn into what it turned into. And what it turned into was beautiful. So I'm so, so happy that everything that happened. Water break?
Yeah, that's funny. I I was also gonna say, so I want to give a shout out to Kayla Childs because I did not appreciate set design or anything like that. And to see the space you were working in and then to see how it looks on camera, I died on the inside in like, oh my God, this is such a valuable role. Everyone should work. Is set design the correct term?
Production designer.
Production designer. Okay.
That's what
I know that's like I'm in the theater mode of yes, she designed the sets. Yes, production design. It was incredible. And she was very conscientious of the budget but still didn't make it look like there was a budget. And I'm very impressed with her.
I'm so impressed with her as well. Like I honestly, before the shoot as well, because I never like produced anything. So I never put it together. I didn't know like who is like, is anybody expendable, you know, because I'm thinking of a budget and stuff. And I realized like nobody's expendable. Like every single person, like you said, has a job on set and is necessary if you want the end product to be good. You have to have the team. So I thought I would have like a smaller team maybe, but then it kept being like, no, we need this person, and yeah, I honestly had no idea how she would transform that space like she did. It was beautiful.
It was not like, again, I'm not dissing the space. I'm just saying what it looks like. I'm not doing that. No. But it looked a lot better on camera than
yeah, she definitely, like, she completely transformed it. It was like a different living room, front hallway.
Well, it was because we moved the couch a different way. I thought
couch was positioned in such a weird way that you would never expect it to like make any sense, but it did.
I know. I'm like, well, the kitchen is gonna look. Oh no! And then there's this fancy little bookshelf. I'm like,
yeah.
How did you think of that? Oh, it was. I love how we're talking about this film that people won't see for a while. But you know what? It's like,
what do you even talk about? How do you position a couch weirdly? Well, let me tell you. In front of this like open archway that's like between two rooms, between the kitchen and the living room, and the couch is positioned with its back to the kitchen, like, you know, in towards the living room, but like halfway through this archway, which is like this open space, because Twain, our wonderful DP, and Kayla and Alex as well were like really looking for that depth of vision. I don't know exactly what the term is, but
some kind of depth, yes.
Some kind of depth on camera. And they got it because it just like, it looked so good.
But you know what was really funny with that? It was because one of the actors had to go from the couch to the kitchen. So you don't realize the obstacle until the actor has to actually work around the space. But he made it work. You don't even know. But it was really fun to watch him try and navigate. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Because that's just because I'm a cruel person. But I'm like, ooh, false hazard. No, I think I was like thinking of false hazards. That's like the physio in me. I'm like, he might trip. No liability. Not doing it. Okay.
He was never going to trip. But yeah.
I know. but I'm also like an 80-year-old that like trips over everything and knocks into things. So that was me just being like, where would I fall? Everywhere. I would fall everywhere.
Yeah, but nobody else like, fell over the couch or
I know everyone else was fine. I'm just
yeah.
like looking at all my hazard points. This is how my brain works, just so you know. It's fun. It's yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
You know, people look for exit signs. I'm just like, where are the hazards?
Well, it's good. You're basically doing that like safety scan when you walk into a room.
Yeah, no fire, no wire, no gas, no glass, just in case anyone needs a little CPR. We're good to go. Yeah.
Do it. You do it. That's fine. You got to do that initial safety check. So
yeah, we were good. We were good. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It was cool. Oh my God. So wait. Okay. So how did you meet Twain, Zeke? I'm assuming Twain and Zeke are a package. That sounded so weird, but they worked together. They were on the guests. Okay.
They work together very frequently. I imagine they're like best friends, from my understanding.
They work well, yeah.
Oh my God, they work so well together. If you guys end up watching this, we love you.
I did a heart. It was my attempt at a heart. It doesn't really look like a heart.
Like, oh, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah, yours is good. Mine's like a binocular. Okay.
Yeah,
I have weird thumbs. I have very weird thumbs. Yeah, I know it doesn't help for physio. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess going back to it. So once Hannah and I decided we were gonna work together, all the meetings began. And we had to assemble our team. And the thing that made movie night easier in a sense, like I don't want to say easy because we still had to put together a whole film production, but was that I wrote it to shoot. Like I wrote it knowing that I was going to be able to shoot it. That was an intention from the start. I did 5 pages, 2 actors, mostly dialogue based in like a very contained space, being like the living room and like just like walking to the front door. I actually envisioned it in my friend's apartment in a different location. And then that wasn't going to work anymore. Like it was originally going to be at his place and then it just wasn't working anymore, even though that was what I had pictured when I wrote it. But then we ended up with this space, which is like a bunch of other friends live there. So like, it was also perfect. And the setup was also very much the same in terms of like the layout of the floor, which is how I had written it, like with the, front door being right there where they could like walk away. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Well, as soon as when I saw the shots, I thought this is so intentionally written, because it didn't, we're like, let's shoot outdoors and let's do it on the roof. I don't know, random examples, but it wasn't like, let's do a car scene, it was, which is always fun. It's fun to watch the car scene. It's fun to act in a car scene. Yeah. Because it's usually a behind shot and you try and like give your side angle so you can at least acknowledge that it's you. Oh, I love seeing footage from that. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Car scene in my demo reel actually. So
do you really? Is it like the weirdest angle? The audio's a little off and you go, oh, okay, well,
yeah. It's a good scene, but like scene. Yeah, it's funny in the car because they've got the shot from the back seat, like me and the driver who was my dad, and then it goes to like the, I guess, medium. They're kind of like wide, so medium shots like from his door or my door. Like
when it's more professional, then you get the front footage. That's the dream. That's how they'll be in a big budget when it's front in the car seat, and you go, oh. These guys have some money.
Yeah. Okay, so to go to...
I know, I keep, maybe we'll finish the story. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
I don't know how long the story is anyways, but we were assembling a team and we basically each brought a potential DP to the table and a potential director, and we had meetings with all of them. And we just ended up with the team that we ended up with. Hannah had worked with Zeke and Twain on a set previously. So that's how she knew them. Mm-hmm. And like when we met with them, I was like, wow, these guys are great. So it's
a lovely vibe. I just love the vibe of there's a passion there, but there's also like a calmness and a professionalness. I
Yeah,
appreciate them.
yeah, for sure. Like every single person on the team on that day had that. It was something that was really great to see was that everyone was genuinely excited about the project. Like they really liked the story and the like little message, which was not like I'm gonna hit you over the head with like we're talking about consent here, but like you know there was like a little bit of something in there too, which just made it like that much better. I think that's weird. Me saying like my script is so good. The way I phrased that seemed strange, but am I overthinking?
You're saying it with confidence, and you're being an apologetic Canadian. So you're fine. It was a good script.
Um, yeah. So everyone was really
Well, because I
excited
know
about.
because it's when sometimes when you're trying to deliver a message, it's let's you know overdo it in your face. So it was a
Yeah,
subtle nod to the consent.
yeah. It was pretty subtle, and like, I mean, it's like it's subtle, but it's not like because you know they change their minds and stuff. So, but it's yeah, it
Ooh,
wasn't.
what happens, guys? This is exciting. Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil
No, no,
anything.
I know.
Yeah, because nobody's allowed to know anything about it, even though we've been talking about it like the
You will
whole.
not even get a synopsis. No one will know. They'll just know it was a movie. Did they watch a movie? No one knows.
Oh my god, that just reminded me of all the.
I was thinking of the improv in the
Yeah,
beginning.
the
That was
outtakes.
so funny. He was
Yeah, people
great.
were like, "Are there any bloopers?" And I was like, "No, we didn't do like a blooper reel or anything because like we made the film and that was the focus." But there were so many funny takes where he would just say like, "Oh, do you want to watch this? Do you want to watch this?" Like, God,
He's very funny. I know. Shout out to Taylor.
that,
I'm like,
yeah, Roddy T's was one of my favorites. It was like the review, like he was talking about like you know Rotten Tomatoes, like
oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, I've
that was
never.
just
Maybe I'm. That's funny.
that was something he said, and then there was like
There was a Halloween thing he kept talking about.
well because it was supposed to be a horror film, but then
Oh, okay, okay.
off the top, you know, just to get into the scene, we were like, all right, just say like whatever you want. And then, but I remember in particular, like when he was talking about like Land Before Time, I think he was
Oh yes.
like Land Before Time marathon, and that one broke me. That one
Oh
broke.
my, because it's the Land Before Time. What kind of weird movie night is that? All right, guys, let's sit down with a little popcorn and binge watch The Land Before Time. It was great.
That
Although
one,
I would love if people did that. I really would. Adults, just sit down, committed to watching it. Nothing against it. I just have not met those people.
I mean, but like that's us because we grew up with those movies. Like, so we would be
Yes,
the
but I'm
adult
saying, would you
now.
watch it now as an adult? You know what I mean? Like, would
Maybe.
this be your
No,
movie night?
I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice,
Yeah.
probably, but um,
I can't, when I watch childhood movies or childhood TV shows, whatnot, I go, it's a completely different experience as an adult. But
yeah,
also, I think as an actor, I go, oh my God, an actor's doing this. They've fully committed to the insanity that is this plot. It's commendable.
yeah. Are you thinking of something in particular? Like, what childhood shows did Robyn watch?
There was a lot of, I don't know if you ever saw the We Sing videos. I'm a little older than you. Yeah, okay. They were
Oh, we're like this.
VHS.
I,
Are we at the same age? Okay, whatever.
I
It doesn't
think
matter.
we talk about our ages on this chat. Let's not do that.
Our playing age. This is
Yeah,
I get.
we're so young.
I never play the mom. I only play the mom. Everybody's mom. It's fine. I actually, this was really funny. I was doing, was it an audition or a callback? I don't remember. But they asked me because they're like, I audition a lot for student films now just to, keep the audition game strong. And they asked me if I was a mom in real life. And I'm like, I don't know if you're allowed to ask that. I didn't criticize them. But I'm like, no. But I just thought, you're not allowed to ask this stuff. I don't think. I'm not offended, and I hope the other people you ask are not offended. But yes,
Yeah.
it was really funny though because I really like playing these mean characters. It's really fun for me.
So fun.
And so I apparently terrified the director. She's like, "You are so mean." And she goes, but she said in the way, she goes, are are you pulling from what you know? And I said, "Oh, now this is a therapy session. I might be a little, but yes, thank you." She's like, "You just know this character too well." I go, "Well, yeah, you pull from what you know, and now you know it wasn't acting. This was me reliving my trauma for you. You're welcome."
You're welcome. Thank you so much for
Anything for
saying
the craft of acting. But it was again, it was all innocent questions. I didn't take any offense. I just thought it was so fun. Because if this was a big budget production, oh, I don't think people could ask that. Again, I would still find it funny no matter what the budget. I find questions so funny because people are so scared to ask them now, you know? Like I don't know. That's how I feel that way of like certain questions of we really need to know this answer, but we can't ask this answer. A lot of how do you identify that kind of stuff, which is always fun. I'm like, oh, I don't know. How do you want me to? No, I wouldn't say that. But
no,
and
yeah,
yeah, okay.
there's
You don't have to agree with anything I'm saying. It's all ridiculous.
no, I mean, like speaking of the film festivals, because I'm just like bringing that back.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
There's a lot of questions. Like sometimes when you submit, you don't have to like answer any additional questions, but for certain festivals, they will ask you like a bunch of other questions, and a lot of them are like about identity, but also like specifically it's about the director. So I like know a lot about Alex, because like the questions are always
Oh, she's fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean she's wonderful on it, but I'm always like texting her like, hey, so like you were born in this year, right? And like, hey, you identify like this, right? Yeah, okay. Just checking. Just like don't want to make anything up about you, because yeah, there's a lot of questions.
That's interesting. The focus on the director
It's very
versus the cat. Is it okay?
Yeah, I know.
You know what, Rachel? I thought it was so smart that you didn't direct it because that is my biggest struggle when I'm writing something and I want to film it, whatever, and then I choose to direct it. For me, it is a terrible idea because I'm focused on the other actors and then my performance suffers and it's horrible. So I love that you knew to get a director. And again, I know people direct and are in it and that's great, but I just thought it was so smart to have a director, like an unbiased third party. Because it's kind of weird directing your scene partner, I think.
Yeah, I honestly never even considered directing it. That was never like an intention.
Cool.
I'm not a director. I wrote it and I produced it, but I like wanted to be very focused on the performance on the day of because I do have a similar experience, not as director, but I like tend to forget this, but I did technically produce something back in 2017 with my friend. Because
when you met Hannah, allegedly. Okay, of course.
Actually, yeah, but it was something else that was going on that year, which I try to like not think about just because like it was so different. I know so much more now than I did back then.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so like the quality and all this, but like we actually produced film then, and I was so heavily involved in like the producing, but like then on the day of, well, there was two days. It was a 2-day shoot, but like we had a first AD, but I still felt like I was being the first AD, and I was like running everything, and I was like talking to like making sure catering was there, and like doing all these kinds of things. And I like look at my performance, or maybe the one time I watched it, and it was so painful to watch. It was so bad that like
your mind is everywhere, right? It's so challenging. Because I will also give a shout out to the first AD. I'm having a moment. I want to say Nagin.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So because you know what, she was authoritative while also being kind. I'm like, oh, look at this power dynamic of fascination. You know what? I feel like I was just there to study everyone. I'm like taking in everyone's. Look at this. Look at how. But it was really beautiful because I think it was one of the times where I could be like, I loved working with everyone on set. Like everyone and there was no, like, no one was mean, you know, no one's like crying in a corner being like, I can't work with this person. It was so, maybe I was the mean girl, I don't know, but I
So
throw
we all had a
rolls.
meeting after the fact and we're like, God,
Yeah,
Robyn, though.
cancel Robyn. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did struggle with the slate. I'm like, I think I'm gonna get fired. I don't know how this works, but
I heard only good feedback about you from
that's the
everyone.
only reason we're doing this. I need to know my feedback. Okay.
Like, because you came on and you were just not just gonna be a PA, because like I was just recently a PA and I did like a lot of different things. So like major respect to PAs for wearing every hat. But like, yeah, you came on as like a PA, but then you were doing the like second AC stuff because that's who slates, and like Evan, who came on as a PA, ended up being
Evan,
our grip, you know, like yeah, he was
we don't
like,
honestly, we don't even know the roles. Evan and I were just kind of like doing our thing. It was so fun. He's lovely too. Everyone is lovely. I feel like I'm missing now. If I don't mention someone's name,
I know
I feel bad. Okay,
but that's okay.
This is what happens. You know, when you win an award and you thank the majority of people and you forget, you go, that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you. It just means for some reason you slipped my mind, and I apologize. I know.
I'm kind of like, okay, who should we talk about? We should talk about
Oh no,
John, because he was incredible, our script supervisor. And like, you know, people don't.
Oh my God, yes, script supervisor, yes. Ooh, it's a hard job.
Sorry, if I'm looking at you weird, it's because, is the video lagging for you?
The video was lagging. You paused a bit, and now you're back. Am I back for you?
Yeah, I think we're on the same speed now, because I was like, what is she? Can she hear me? She's like not really reacting.
I kind of just stopped moving and let it catch up. I know, the Instagram lives, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Scotty D. Walsh says, hey you.
Oh, we didn't talk about him.
I know, we probably should.
You were great, Scott.
He was okay, satisfactory. Maybe he'll get a role in the next one.
I've never been on a set before where the crafty has barbecued for everyone, so
that was classy. I know. I go, what is this?
Yeah,
it's a little, you know, airline package meal. I go, oh, fancy.
Yeah, we made like a bunch of salads, you know, gluten-free, all kinds of things.
We had all the allergies covered, all the issues.
Yeah, vegan, vegetarian, celiac, lactose intolerant. Like, we had all of them. Yeah.
There's a lot now. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine being in charge of craft services on set.
It's hard.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Well, especially, oh, you know, I always worry about allergies. Ooh, I don't want to kill someone. That's terrifying.
No, I mean, well, we asked everyone before, obviously, like we.
No. I know. I wasn't saying your set. Your set was fine. Oh my God, no, that's not what I meant. I just mean in general. You know, if I'm for some reason in charge of craft services, which I would already say don't do that because I will somehow fail. I don't know why. I just feel like I would not be aware of a certain ingredient, like a flaxseed is in this burger, and someone has a deathly allergy. I mean, although isn't it on that person to let me know? It doesn't matter. That's a side thought. I digress.
Yeah, I mean, like, they definitely should let you know if they have a deadly allergy.
What if they didn't know till that set? Ooh, horrible. Oh, but then we discussed I could do CPR. It's fine. Okay.
Okay. And that would also be an accident then. Or like, you know, that would not be something that you should be aware of, and then like work around that. This is a strange turn of the conversation.
This is the chats, Rachel. This is what you inadvertently signed up for when you're like, I don't know what we're going to chat about. Be like, don't worry. I create randomness. Hi, Robyn.
The deadly flag.
That's part of Bagel Babes production, right? All the different ingredients on a bagel that could kill you. I see that. A deadly flaxseed starring flax. That's a weird one. You're going to write it?
I don't know if I'll stretch it to 5 pages though. I don't know.
No, I think it's like a half pager for sure. I think it just opens. Yeah, that's it. It dies. That's it. Done. It's a reel. It's pretty much a 30-second reel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Done.
That's how you create, guys. There you go. What's holding anyone back? Okay.
Story right there. If anybody else wants to take that one and write it, I'll be watching for it at the Oscars.
You know what? You're still doing other stuff, right? I think I saw you're doing another film through. Did you meet new people at LB that you're working with, or is it the same team? Or
no. So we never really talked about how we met, but I think it was through like all the live.
Me and you?
Yeah.
I point down. Okay.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like how I met Lauren, who I'm working with now, and that was through all the like morning chats with Lewis.
Oh, the classic live with Lewis.
Yeah,
what a gem.
Like we also kind of met when they were doing those
probably
like, live things
during it was very interesting.
Yeah,
but you know what? He's a captivating individual.
I could listen to him
I enjoyed my coffee with Lewis. There was just something, and the community there. I'm like, this is how are we going to have 30 people in one conversation? And it worked.
Yeah, it does. I actually am so grateful to all of those chats and to him for creating that space. So like, yeah, I would see Lauren as her box, you know. I'd be
Lauren last name. What's her last name?
Wagner. Shout out Lauren.
I know this name. Why do I know this name? I don't know.
Because
she's an actor.
Those chats too. And so she talks and stuff. And yeah, on the set of movie night, I look at my phone and I have a message from Lauren. I guess I must have been posting about it. I'm sure I was posting about it because, you know, it was super exciting. And so she messaged me on Instagram, I think, and was just like, hey, I see you're, you know, producing your own work. That's really cool. I have a script. Would you be open to just like talking about it? You know, could I ask you some questions? And so I was like, sure. Yeah, that would be great. Because, you know, it felt like really rewarding.
This is like a pay it forward moment. Oh my God.
So
Rachel,
cool.
This is so cool. It's like you reached out to people, now people are reaching out to you. Oh, I got goosebumps.
Literally, like, yeah, this is the community I've been waiting for my whole life.
It's amazing. Oh, I can't stop smiling.
Like, I always wanted to have a group of people that I could create films with.
Yeah.
But I was always like, who do I even know? And I know so many actors, and I don't know other people like behind the scenes, like filmmakers. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think honestly, creating your own work, like that started everything. Like everything has kind of just gone from there, like all the other opportunities. And the 48-hour film project was with like a lot of people on that set were from movie night. And it just, yeah, like we just kind of keep working together, which is really nice. And yeah, so Lauren is someone else, like separate from all of that. And we met, and I was like, hey, like I'm looking for my next project because I just want to keep going because it was so fun producing movie night and I just wanted to keep doing it. So I was like, yeah, I guess I'm a producer now.
That's usually what happens. Yeah. I guess this is my life now. Okay.
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I took to it really well because I'm like super, super organized. I love planning. So like pre-pro for me, except we realized that we're like not in pre-pro. We're actually just in development. Not just, but like we are in development because money. So like,
I love how you're already saying pre-pro, not even pre-production. You're just like, nah, pre-pro, whatever. Yeah, I'm a pro.
Yeah, you know, lingo and all that. But yeah, so like we tried starting in pre-pro and like having those creative conversations and starting to try to build a team, and then we realized like we have to really figure out where this money is coming from, and like we have to work on the budget, and we cannot move forward creatively until we figure that out. So I had been talking to someone else and he just like casually mentioned like the word development, and I was like, oh, now I understand what that is, and that's where we are. So like we're not in pre-pro yet, we are in development because money is hard.
Yeah. But it's not in dev, it's in development. Like why is it pre-pro? You know what I mean? Okay, back to the word stuff.
I know where you're going with that, and like you would say post, right, instead of post-production. So yeah, like, would be short form.
Maybe because in development is so like it's the hardest part that everyone should hear about it and be like, give me money. Give me your money. Okay.
Ugh.
Avenue Q. Okay.
Yeah. I've never heard a short form of development, but
Develop. No, that's weird. Okay.
develop. I don't know.
Maybe, oh, and I say in dev, but I'm like, because it's like Deverett, and I'm like, but that sounds oddly sexual, so I will not use that term. To like in dev. I don't know if
Maybe
it sounds
you're
as sexual as I made it sound. I don't think
maybe
there's
because of
any
personal life.
innuendo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be my production company name. No, it's not. It's a terrible name, but it's fine.
Yeah, if it has that like ulterior meaning, then
Yeah, no one will get it. Only me and you and anyone who watches this live. So, or post live.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because there's a post life as well for this. Yeah.
Aren't you happy that more people can hear the randomness that was this chat? We did get through a whole story though. I'm very proud of us. We did like a little arc.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
little branches off of how movie night. This was cool. I've never really finished a whole story on a live. It was thrilling.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could probably keep talking about it for forever. So, like, there's, because there's so many facets to like creating the project and stuff. But yeah, we can wrap that one. We can wrap that.
We get. Oh, okay. Yeah.
What
Well, I mean,
time?
it's almost.
Is it time? Okay.
Oh no, I was gonna just move on to a different topic of like what's the future of Rachel. But that's I know. I thought I like to end off with hard questions of, but I don't know. I say that and then I want to revoke the question because I hate that question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? But I do. I think the reason why I wanted to chat with you and highlight you as a person, as a creator, as a writer, as an actor, is again because like it was so weird thinking about our first chat. I don't know if it was on Zoom or a phone call. And we were just talking and we're like, let's try doing this, or like, let's apply here and see if people, like, how do we get people to notice that we exist? And next thing I know, you're creating things and you're gonna submit to festivals, and you just kind of didn't let what obstacle, like you have an agent, like you have the new headshots, you've just really packaged yourself. And it's so daunting when you're starting out. Like, and again, I'm not saying that you were starting out. I'm just saying the people that are starting out, there's so much that you have to do, right? Like not just headshots, resume, agent, but also like, where's my footage? How do I find a community? And it's kind of like, it's not all going to happen at once, but you take a class, you meet people here, you connect with people, and you just kind of find your people in a sense. And then if you're creative and like-minded people, I get it. It's weird. I'm not attracted, like physically attracted, but I find myself like, oh, you're attractive. Not that you aren't, but I get attracted to people that are creating stuff and like pushing and really making their own opportunities. And that's what I really want people to, like, you can make your own opportunities. It's very challenging. There's no way you're like, oh yeah, I'm making it and it's done. It's done in a week, Although that being said, the 48-hour film festival was 2 days. But but you also have that team from before, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you're incredible. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm really impressed with you. I'm getting a little emotional. I don't like to do it, but I'm really impressed.
Like, I don't know how to respond.
It's okay. It's more of a comment of a public, everyone should know Rachel because you're pushing and I see it. Because there's so much behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like there's so much shit going on behind the scenes of like, oh, I fucking hate this profession. I'm going to swear because I want to. And it's just like, this is the worst. In my, like I'm a white girl, who cares? It's just a lot of thoughts going on. And you're like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to create something. This is what I love doing. How can I figure out how to do it? And you're finding ways. I love that. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. Just take it. Take the compliment.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's hard. It's so hard because I don't like when people tell me things. So like, here's a compliment. I go, no, shake it off. So take the compliment, Rachel, because you're awesome. Okay.
Thanks. Okay. No, I've taken it.
Yes,
Thank you.
I've absorbed it. I am full of compliment in the best way possible. Shoulder. Okay.
I can thrive off of that compliment for the rest of the day now. Be
But
like,
you know, but it's also like you're still, I love that someone reached out to you and you're helping them. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh no, people have helped me and I forget the other people.
no, yeah, not. I was almost gonna say like I'm not there yet, but like I'm not planning on forgetting other people and
I
like
think
the.
anyone could be there at any phase, you know what I mean? That like that's when I meet someone that has a diva mentality that hasn't earned the right, I love them because I think it's so funny. Like they just I'm like, I don't know where you get off having this mentality, but I almost commend you for this overconfident person. It's I don't know. People are fascinating me more and more these days.
I guess it's just the like the attraction to that person is probably like, where do you get this confidence? I want some
Yeah.
of it, but also you're delusional, so.
Yeah. I think it's the delusional component of what world are you in? I want to be
Maybe,
part of this. Are you in the metaverse? What's happening? Okay.
I don't know, but maybe we all need some delusion to like help us just no, 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 not delusion. We've got to reframe this.
Maybe it's we have to pat ourselves on the back a bit more. Because even what you were saying, that thing you produced in 2017, you look back, you go, oh my God, that's me every day when I'm like, oh God, I did this. Oh, you know, I look at those projects and I go, that was so funny at the time. I was a genius. I loved it. And I look back and I go, that was terrible. Uh, but from each project you learn, right? So I think I
Yeah.
don't want that to be a barrier to entry for anyone of going, well, this isn't good enough. Like, you know what? It's always going to get better. And what is good enough? Because I see things that people say are amazing and I go, I don't know what I watched. I'm okay never seeing that again. So art is so subjective and it's like just try, right? And it's so hard because there's such a fear of failure, but what are you failing at? Like, okay, it wasn't funny, it wasn't received well, no one watched it. Okay, cool, but did you learn or did you make a new connection with someone? Like there's always an opportunity, even if it doesn't seem like there is. I feel like I'm getting really passionate right now. Like, yeah, let's just
No,
me and
I'm
Rachel are
just
gonna
nodding
create.
along.
Okay.
Like you're right. Yeah, you are
But
right.
it's so, and I think that's part of when I was talking to, I love talking to people during the pandemic because we're all kind of like, what do we do with our lives? What is this? This is horrific. And it's like, how do we create? I don't know. I have an iPhone. Like, what am I creating in the safety of my house? I'd give a shout out to Apple inadvertently, I guess. You don't need an iPhone. You just need a phone.
Yeah.
Everyone has a phone. But it's really just kind of getting over like don't tell yourself no and just kind of do it and just see what happens, you know? Like even with the festivals, yeah, submit. Will they have you been how do you find out if you're accepted? How does that work?
It's all on the sites. There's like two sites, one main one.
Oh, very cool.
Um, and it's all through there. Like you submit through there. Like you set up the whole film and all the supporting documents and whatnot. Like everything is there, and then you can submit the project. And then you also find out there. But like most of them, I won't find out about for like months and months and months because it's like I don't. It's so far in advance. So like
That's crazy how early you have to submit something.
yeah, I mean, well, there's a bunch of different deadlines. There's usually like an early bird one and a regular one, and then like a final deadline. But the closer you get to the final deadline, the more expensive it
More
is.
money, yeah.
So that's fun. More money. But
That's the
like,
thing too, right? You got to budget for festivals if that's the goal.
and honestly, I didn't budget enough for festivals. I had no idea it was going to be this expensive. So um, I'm learning. I know that now. And for Lauren's project, we'll be budgeting way more for festivals. So yeah, that's something that yeah, it's pretty cool though that like movie night is technically it's done because it's like a finished production, but I'm still learning from that project. So that's
Isn't it cool being involved in post production and going, oh, I understand why it takes long to edit. You know what I mean? Because as an actor, when I finish, I go, show it to me tomorrow. Let's see what it is. But then you behind the scenes, you go, oh, there's a lot to do.
yeah, yeah. And like part of the post production was happening like near me because Scott was working on the audio, the post sound. And we were like choosing music together, and yeah, that was really hard too. Like,
music is hard. Music
yeah,
really affects a film for sure, because
yeah,
it's so. I don't know if you feel this way, but when I watch things now, I have such a greater appreciation for everything. You know, if the if the music isn't there, I go, what? Why doesn't this moment have music? Like, who dropped the ball here? You know, because but music makes a huge difference. And there are always those things you watch if you put something on mute and you go, oh, this is horrible, and then you add the music and you go, ooh, I'm into it, loving it, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I'm looking at lighting a lot now.
Oh yeah,
You
lighting
know,
is key.
like days where I'm like really focused on that, but I'm also always really focused on the writing. I'm like really particular about like, oh, I don't think that was written well, or like I would have changed this part, you know. That's but
I
yeah,
like, yeah, I like when it's not predictable. I like, because I feel like as a writer, I'm like, okay, this is gonna happen. Okay, it happened. But when I go, this is gonna happen, and it doesn't, I go, oh, hello, intrigue. I will keep watching you.
mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes even if it's predictable, I'll watch it because I like the actor or I like the music.
Yeah,
No.
but we all have our own things. Like definitely, I think most actors would look at TV unless you're like super enraptured in it and you're like, this is whoa, you know, you're so engaged that you can't think of anything else, which is a really great place to be. I find that like I am still thinking about stuff, but I guess it depends. Like if it's okay, if it's strange in the first pass, but I've watched it a lot because it's really, really good. So as I'm able to be like, wow, I like that choice there. Like that was well done. You know, whatever it is, whether it's like the lighting or the character development or
Mm.
so. Mm-hmm. Takes a few watches for a really good show, I think.
Okay, there was a lag. I think we're caught up.
Okay,
That was
I was
fun.
like,
But I heard it all. I did.
weird.
I feel like I was reacting at the incorrect time for you, which was fun. But I did hear all about the Stranger Things, and I agree.
Yeah, okay. I was like, what's happening right now?
I know. I don't. It's Rachel. I apologize. No, you know what?
No,
Instagram apologizes. I've been triggered. That's. I know. I really want to add a snap to things now. I don't know why. It's fun. Okay.
did you watch Wednesday? Is that why?
No, I did. I did watch it, but that's not why. I Here's the thing. As soon as I watched Wednesday and I saw that dance, I go, everyone's going to be obsessed with it. That being said, rightfully so. It was very well choreographed. I'm impressed. But it was oh, she was great. She was really great.
She was really good.
Like that is a role where I go, that is the perfect person for the role. And now her career, I think, is golden. You know, like everyone has that defining, not everyone, but when you do have it, you go, oh yeah, okay, she's a person.
She's on a good path now, like for
Yeah,
sure. She's set.
great role.
But she, I mean, like well deserving as well. Like
Oh,
she
of
did.
course, yeah. Like it's earned. You not go, oh, okay, I guess people care. You go, wow, okay, that is incredible. I loved her take on it too. That's the thing, to do a role that other people have done.
In
Oh, that's challenging.
like
Yeah, exactly.
Christina,
Because Christina Ricci was on set. Yep. Oh no, the internet.
yeah.
Uh, I feel like
You it
we were
was
excited about Wednesday and connecting over Christina Ricci, and then the internet died because we were too excited. So
yeah, I was like, okay, we're like, I'm just gonna like wait for a second and
this is
drink some.
what I haven't had this, and so this is classic technology. It's been that day. Although I did preface the chat with, "It's been a day," so
So the internet should reflect that,
it did.
obviously.
It really did. It's like the rule of threes.
Okay, so
Aren't you
have
proud of me? I didn't bring up like the Jewish stuff, although I did just bring it up now. But I'm like, Rachel, maybe we talk about Judaism. And no, and you're like, no, Robyn, we will not. But I will say, this is gonna be my one Jewish thing of this episode. This made me smile because I like gematria, which is like Hebrew numbering, and this is season 6, episode 13, and there's 613 mitzvot in the Torah, and I'm like, oh, This is the Jewish moment. I love that it's with Rachel. So that's all. That made me smile. There we go. Jewish thought. Okay, done.
No, I like that. That's funny. You had messaged me that, and I was like, should I know what 613
I know. I was
represents?
just thinking. I was just like, who's this Jewish nerd? And I'm like, I don't know. I went to Jewish school for a very long time. I have to use my knowledge. Please accept my knowledge. Oh my God. And now it's paused. This is the worst time to pause, Rachel. I'm feeling so self-conscious with my sharing of gematria.
Oh, did you? I know. Like, I want to keep talking, but
I know.
oh,
I know.
yeah.
I know what happened.
It's like
My
getting
husband has a
worse.
meeting at 12 and we cannot share the internet. And I went past 12. That's on me. That's fair.
Uh, oh, time flew by so fast.
I know it really did. It really did. And this is the first time I've been limited. Gosh darn, working from home. But Rachel, thank you so much for joining me, for chatting. I can't wait to see movie night in every festival. And just the future of Bagel Bates Productions, the future of you as an actor and a writer and an artist. I'm there for it. I'm there for your journey. And thank you to future viewers for watching. Any final thoughts you'd like to share, Rachel, or just like a quick peace out or whatnot?
I
I
didn't hear anything. I don't have my closing line.
I like to thank the Academy, right? We talked about all the, okay, for all the people that worked on movie night that we forgot to thank by name, we still love you. There's a lot.
Michael.
Let me like, okay, wait, Michael
I can
Wall,
remember everybody else.
Rachel Makeup,
Rachel, yeah.
and oh, I think
everybody.
Is that it, everyone?
I think that's everybody now.
Oh God, I hope it is.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, that would be so. I forget now though. I don't know. It's been. I think the internet is kicking us off.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me or
I can hear you.
See me. Thank you. It's like watching stop motion right now. I wonder how this is gonna like edit after. Oh, okay. A moment of love. Just thank you for having me on and for being excited. It's nice to support each other and be excited for our friends. I think that's really cool. And we need more of that in the industry.
I like that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you're all fine. Let's keep talking about it. Yeah, I'll let you go. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you again, Rachel. And we're going to do like a weird wave. It's not really weird. It's just a wave, but I think it's weird and a little square. Okay. Bye. I like that wave.